Hola.
Hola, what's happening?
Wow, your voice is deeper than I remember. Um,
I was just a boy.
I guess so. Not much. I actually just scheduled a practical firearm training class for Monday. So,
You are so odd.
Oh, hey Adam.
What up?
Oh,
Are you guys
welcome.
just learning? You guys learning how to fire weapons?
I will
Yeah.
be more like threat-based firing. So, it's not going to be live firing. There's not going to be ammunition or anything. It's going to be more like technology, but they'll teach you how to like pull out from like a concealed weapon from like your holster and things like that. Things that I've gone shooting before, but I haven't really learned that,
Yeah.
So
Do they teach you how to roll with the gun and duck behind things? Like,
I don't know. I
is
saw
it
from the
a?
video I just saw them kind of like going from like section to section around objects or like trees and things like that. And then like from the vehicle, um, I want to roll. I think that'd be awesome.
Hell
Hell
yeah, do
yeah.
some John Wick stuff.
Fuck yeah. Well, Adam, this is my good friend Sativa.
Nice sativa.
Sativa
Hey,
Minerva.
Adam.
We went to high school together
We did.
Oh my God.
way back.
Way back. Jonathan was the only boy who would always ask me to dance at the dances.
That's John's style.
Yeah, definitely.
Not much has
For,
changed then, apparently.
no, no. For sure had a low key crush and never had just lived too much in my imagination to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
Yeah, fair.
oh no, I can't remember what class it was, but we had to interview somebody. So like I just decided you, and then it was like that was just like a stupid way to get your number and talk to you.
Right on. That's a good move.
Yeah.
Funny. That is so funny. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
That's the.
I do I remember one question I asked you from there, and I'm gonna ask you again, see if it's still the same.
Oh my
Um,
All
gosh.
right.
I
Cool.
don't even I don't remember this.
who's your inspiration? Who's your inspiration that made you wanna made you decide you were a singer or a vocalist?
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's not just one anymore. I feel like everything kind of just directed me to this point in my life because my sister would walk around the house singing all the time. My brother was always writing. He started with poetry and then he was writing lyrics and then he was performing, he was rapping with Crazy Betty and Duluth. Um, I don't know, who did I say? I don't know.
Yeah,
You remember that? That's crazy.
I
Um,
do because I'm
but
whatever. But it was Britney Spears.
oh my God,
You said like, yeah, we're probably in like
that
10th
is
or
so
11th
funny.
grade maybe, and you said you wanted to be you were gonna be a singer like Britney Spears.
Cringe. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. No, I was obsessed with her. I was.
Hmm.
I can see
Oh,
myself
we
doing.
all were. Britney, bitch.
Oh, Brittany, bitch, before she went, poor girl.
But she
Yeah,
shaved her head.
yeah.
Yeah,
Leave Brittany alone.
yeah, I feel bad for
Right.
her.
I did too. I
Hmm.
still kind of do at times. When I was on Instagram, she had there was the big. I don't. Her Instagram was crazy.
Oh, she was going off for a
It's
while.
it still is. She's still doing these random dance videos.
Yeah, just dancing in the living room.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, have fun. She's free. She's out of that. What was that thing called? Whatever the conservatorship or
Hmm.
whatever. I
Hmm.
don't know. I know words, but she got out of that, and it was just like the governor was off on that page, and every day she's just dancing,
Yeah.
just not even really dancing,
Yeah,
just spinning.
Just spinning and
yeah,
twirling. I'm like, what
yeah.
is she doing? And like the awkward facial expressions and the interesting outfits or no outfits. She's often half naked still in like a bikini or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
imagine what that level of fame does to you at that young of an age.
Oh, I know.
Right. Right. She
Constantly.
didn't really have time to mature
No, she never had a
like
Right.
the rest of
chance.
us have.
Yeah, like me, I'm very mature now.
And just like
Thank
the whole,
goodness.
yeah, and like not to mention the whole like adult world, like like sexualizing her, like not waiting to
Yeah.
countdowns to when she
Right.
turns 18
Yeah.
and like slut shaming her at the same time.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
She's getting it on both ends. And same thing
Hmm.
with like Justin Bieber. You see that today with Justin Bieber. Like when he was young, man, he got like weirdly sexualized by older women. It was just kind of brushed under the rug, and it was
Oh yeah, because he's a
just
boy.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange stuff, man.
Yeah.
The industry is crazy.
When did
That's
you?
why I managed not to ever get that famous.
Yeah, it's intentional. It's
Yeah, I didn't want
intentional.
that to happen. Sorry, I think I cut you off,
No,
Sativa, or
it's all.
maybe you, John.
When did you? When did you decide to get? When did you decide to pursue it? Like as an adult, like take it seriously.
I think when I left Minnesota and moved to Orlando, Florida with the intention of auditioning for American Idol and winning it, of course.
Naturally. Why else
Um,
would you show up?
Oh yeah.
right? That was my plan. That was a
Yeah.
terrible plan. But once I auditioned in Florida, I went back to Minneapolis and I auditioned again. I went to New York and I auditioned again. I went to New York again and I auditioned for that. For what was that show called? Amer
America's Got
America.
Talent.
I auditioned for America's Got Talent. Not the X Factor. There was another one. What one of those reality
Oh,
lip
Yeah.
shows. But
not The Voice. Was it The Voice? Was The Voice the thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
With the chairs?
Yeah. Yeah. And Blake Shelton and all
yeah,
those guys.
I think I did it. I think I auditioned for literally every single one. And once I wasn't making it, I was like, I can literally do this myself. I can make my own music. I don't need a record deal. I can go to a studio. I can
Yeah.
write. I can record. And so that's kind of like where things had turned for me. Like my thought process kind of changed about it. I was like, oh, there's more than one way to make it in the industry or to do what I love doing. It doesn't have to be a specific way. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to
Yeah.
happen any specific way as long as I'm doing what I love to do. So it's like I just started doing it. I just started when I
Yeah.
came to like when I moved to Virginia after I lived in Orlando and I was in Virginia for 13 years. And that's when I really started, making my own music and learning how to create and operate in a studio and producers and writers and people in the industry. I was fortunate enough to work like in Timberland's studio with some of his producers. I met Pharrell and like the
Yeah.
big names in VA, I was fortunate enough to somehow find myself in those
Huh.
circles.
Yeah. Stepped out in faith. You just went out and followed your bliss and
You, you
things
have
just
to.
yeah.
You got to do it. You have to do it. And that's the same thing I did in California. And now I've been in San Diego for the last 6 years, and now I am transitioning to LA. So really good things happening in LA for me right now. I've met Will I Am. I'll see him on Sunday. There's a hip hop event there
Oh, cool.
with my homie, I don't know, Razcast. He's like a really well respected hip hop artist. So I was recording with him last night. He just kind
Cool.
of took me under his wing.
Yeah.
We met at a show like a year ago, and we took some pictures or whatever. And then I saw him again in April, and he was having an event, and I was like, "You don't remember me, do you?" He's like, "Oh, I thought you looked familiar." And then we just kind of like hit it off, and been kicking it ever since. I've been supporting him. He freaking got me backstage to not the it was the Roots picnic on Sunday.
Mm.
Like he's
Oh,
cool with
cool.
like with
Hell yeah.
Wu-Tang and like the Roots and like
I love the Roots.
Method Man and Redman and E40 was there and Havoc and Raekwon and CeeLo and
Damn.
the Goody Mob, like
Yeah.
literally
Okay.
legends. Like, you know what I mean? I was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, I've definitely been living vicariously through your Instagram and Facebook lately. Like
Oh, hell yeah. That's
you've been
awesome.
fucking doing it. Yeah.
it's crazy. And it's more like as much as I want to be a part of it, part of the show and be on the stage with them and like talking about let's work together and records we're gonna do and things that we're gonna,
Yeah.
post together or whatever. It's more of just them getting to know me, getting my like knowing I'm a cool person. I'm not a groupie. I'm not back there trying to, I did take some pictures, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not back there
Naturally.
like
Yeah.
asking for autographs. Like they're legends. I had to. I was like, okay, Red
Yeah.
Man and DJ
Yeah,
Quick, let's get a picture together real quick.
I think
Yeah.
that's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I waited a couple hours after they performed. Like we were in their dressing room talking to
Yeah,
them and everything. And I'm just like, just being in that space, I feel so at home,
oh my
like
God,
I'm very much supposed to be in these rooms,
Hmm.
and I just kind of like, I just sit there
Yeah.
and I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm seeing all these guys around me in the reflection and then myself right next to them. Like, I am one with them. And I'm just like, damn,
Yeah.
girl, like, hi, the places I find myself, it's nice. I'm so blessed, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
things are going really good, First,
Yeah.
it's the
hell
It's
yeah,
connection
amazing.
and then it's the work. So,
Hell
damn.
yeah. And are you still? I've been voting for you in this contest now. Like, tell me a little bit about that.
so I actually had to look it up because I'd never heard of the Citizens, Global Citizens Festival. The festival that they do in New York. It's like a nonprofit festival where all the proceeds go to, like donations and things go to towards ending poverty. And so I don't know if this is like the second year that they've hosted it. I guess a sibling duo from LA won last year because I had to like look at if it was like legit or not because I know like right now I'm in second place in my group, but each group has like 60 something people and I have no idea how many groups there are. And so it was like
Yeah.
first like the top 20 cut, then top 15. Tomorrow's gonna be the top 10, and then it's probably gonna be like the top five and maybe like the top three or the top one. So we see, I don't know. But I've been hanging on strong until first and second place. But you can vote every day. You can actually pay for votes. Like if you pay $25, 25 votes, you can pay 50 for 50 votes, 100 for 100. So I think at the end of the day, I just think it's who's going to pay more money,
Yeah.
honestly.
And
That's
all
what it's
the
looking like.
Yeah, that's
vote money is goes to the nonprofit organization, right?
Exactly, yeah. So I'm like, I don't like it's a good cause. I would love
Yeah.
to grace that stage and win $50,000
Yeah.
and get featured on Rolling Stone because now people are gonna know who I am, and that's literally like what I stand for, like why I wanted to do music. Like, yeah, the money is cool, yeah, the fame is cool, all of that's great, but the bigger vision for me has always been to give back, to help people, one, my family, but how can I impact the community? How can I help other countries like build resources to help themselves so they can improve their way of life? You know what I mean? Things like
Yeah.
that, like grow food or whatever it is. Like that's just it's always been more of like a I don't know, like
Yeah.
a philanthropic thing, I guess.
Yeah. No, no. I'm tuned to that same vision. Like I talk about it with Adam all the time, like what I'm gonna build after
yeah.
after my books get made into movies and I got all this fuck you money. This is gonna happen. Like I'm matter of time. But like
Yes,
this huge campus for like adult children and children or whatever. But it's just like
Yeah.
why do we have to put on airs to be philanthropic and pretend that we're better than we are to like care about something? It's
right.
like we'll get to like we'll throw festivals and like art shows or whatever, camps for the kids, but like
Yeah.
also ratchet shit. Like we'll have like I don't know, beer Olympics and softball games. It's going to be huge. There's going to be all types of shit. But
I'm here for
because
it.
if we're going, might as well go. But yeah, also like places to like where kids can learn how to grow food and adults and stuff like that as well.
Yes,
And
That's such a cool idea.
yeah,
yes, I love it.
all my artist friends will come and teach their craft to the like the adults will pay for it, but like it'll be for the kids and stuff like that. And also
Mhm.
also where I live because I
Yeah.
just want to be Peter Pan and create my own Neverland. But
Right?
yeah, but if like imagine if like 15, 20 people got together and did something like that. Like and
Yeah.
how many times people did that. Imagine what kind of impact that could do.
Right.
Like it's hard to
Huge impact.
yeah, it's hard to like we want to change it all at once. And like when we hear it's like, oh, it's going to take work. We got to go through steps. It's like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. But like
Yeah.
if everybody, it sounds corny, but if everybody's doing a little bit, a lot will happen.
Facts.
Well, and
100%.
using your platform for those kind of things, I mean, that is kind of important too, just because if not everybody has, like Akon is what came to mind when you were talking about that. I don't know if you guys familiar. Akon raised like he's raised like $1 billion so far, and like
Oh
projects
yeah.
that bring electricity to poor regions in Africa and stuff. Like he uses his fame to do this.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, it's
See,
awesome, man.
that's what
It's
it's
awesome.
about. That's what it's about. I'm like, because
Yeah.
what is all the money for?
Well, yeah.
Right.
What are you gonna do with?
I'm comfortable with a nine.
Hmm.
Like I hate no, I hate 9 to 5s. Actually, I'll never be comfortable because they're like controlling my schedule. But
Yeah.
don't need that much money to be happy. You know what I mean? You just need to
No,
survive
I
and
would
take a
love
Yeah.
to have.
vacation in
I
there.
would love to
You know,
have like.
like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to have like a luxurious life, but what am I gonna do with $1 billion? Even 1 million is
right.
like
Yeah. Because I
I
mean,
can't even
like,
imagine.
putting it out there is one thing, but like,
Yeah.
creating art is cheap. Like, it's pretty like most of the creative process is pretty free, and
Hmm.
like that's what I mean. I'll speak for both of you guys as artists. It's like that's the joy of like being a creator is like the act of creating. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, I love it. I love all that money in contracts, but like before it, like I'm already living the dream because I get to create art all day long.
Well, to your point, like some of my favorite albums of all time have been low budget recordings.
Hmm.
You know, if you look at like there's some amazing like blues recordings. Some of the like BB King albums were just live. And
Yeah.
you can't even like it's just they just recorded a show and there you go. There's your album and it's better than every other album. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I know like David Gray was the first album that he put out, 25 years ago, whatever. They had like Babylon, all the
Hmm.
big huge radio hits. He recorded it himself in his basement
Oh,
in
really?
like, and that was in like 1995 or something.
That's awesome.
Like it's crazy, and it still probably makes him more money than any other album he's done. So I mean, it's content over everything else, and
Hmm.
like I mean, art is cheap money wise, but
Yeah.
money helps. So
Yeah. Money helps.
money helps
Definitely.
for sure,
He
but it
sure does.
is to your
Yeah.
point. I mean, it costs nothing to create.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I keep throwing money at it, and my music gets worse and worse. I need to go back to the roots as well. Sing. I just start recording through a cell phone again, maybe.
Yeah. Get raw with
I,
it.
I
Yeah,
do see some speakers back there. Okay.
yeah. There's some back here. They don't get turned on much anymore.
Just guitar, keyboard,
I
piano.
have a bunch
Okay.
of guitars and pianos and a bass, and all sorts of junk. It's
Oh,
a little
don't
recording heaven up here,
don't let Adam downplay himself.
and an
He's
ocarina. I have an
fucking
ocarina.
gifted. Yeah, he's getting good at that. The slamming doors are they're great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Slamming doors. I'll have to check
the
you out.
the slamming doors.
The
The
slamming
slamming doors.
doors.
It's very important.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to think too. Like even the Roots, going back to them, their first album was pretty low budget. If I remember right, like Organics, I think it was like pretty dang low budget too. But I don't know.
Mhm.
What do I know?
I feel like everything was so simple. It was a simpler time, and now like we have even more access to do things in our
Oh my
bedroom.
God.
People are recording in parks,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
on docks, like with the microphone. Like there's all kinds of things happening now. Just like
Oh, people have GarageBand on their
it's
phone.
yeah,
It's
yes.
crazy,
Yeah.
and
You,
it sounds good.
hmm
That's the craziest thing.
I have a friend who recorded a whole album that way. I was like, you don't use a producer, you don't go to a studio. Okay. I
Okay.
prefer being in the environment around others because we are feeding each other uh ideas and bouncing off of each other
Hmm.
like energy and things like that. So I
Yeah.
prefer it, but it in a pinch I've used it. Like, I'm like, okay, I gotta get this laid really quick and send it to somebody. So I'll just use like GarageBand or something like that.
Well, it's made collaboration with people easier, like distance wise.
Hmm.
Like there's some friends of mine in Denver that I still every now and then I'll shoot tracks to, and that they can play with or something, and it makes it a lot easier to do that, where you don't have to mail a giant reel of tape anymore.
Hmm.
you know
Yeah. I'm looking at your discography here on Spotify. Your first track, and like I remember didn't mean to make you back in 2018. Like I remember when that came out too. That was like I don't know, probably about
Um,
6 months before I decided to be a writer, and like I wasn't ready for it yet, but I was definitely. I mean, you and Adam. Like I feel like your first book came out around that time too, didn't it?
Yeah,
Ja-
what
January
28
2018. Yeah,
2018? Yeah, I think so.
yeah. But all right, where'd you record that and how'd that song come to be?
I actually recorded that in 2016 in Virginia. I recorded it in Portsmouth, Virginia with Glenn Perkins. He actually interned at one point at Future Sound Studios with Teddy Riley. So he was kind of like well known in the area. He still is known in the area. He's still working out there. Um, I was at Tower Studios. Just a friend, it was really random. Like a friend of mine was dating Chris Richardson, who was one of the finalists on American Idol. And so he was still doing his music thing. And she's like, yeah, like she's like, you're a singer, you do music. Just come to the studio, come hang out with me. If you don't like it, you can leave or just stay for like one drink or whatever. Because I did not feel like going out. I was like probably crying over a boy or something. I don't know. And so I was like, no, I don't want to. She's like, just come out. I was like, okay. And then I went out. I was like, oh, okay. Like I just love being in the studio. I love being around creatives and just seeing how everything goes down and seeing like their plaques and how they work and just it's always been so interesting to me watching production and like just the software of like Pro Tools and Logic and all of those things. It's just amazing to me like how they're able to capture sound. It's so basic, but it's actually really amazing how we can do that.
Yeah,
And
some
so
of the
I just
moving
kept
parts.
coming around and made connections. I was like, I'm ready to start recording. And I seriously started paying for studio time. Sat down with Glenn. I was like, let's do a project together. And we picked a date and um, we just started with a riff. And I loved that riff. And then he just built that. And I literally sat there and I wrote it while he created the beat. And like we finished the song in a session. And then I released it about a year later in like I think October 2017. That was my first baby. That was my baby. That will always be my baby. And I loved it because it was different. It has some funk in it, but it's still poppy. I don't really
Yeah,
sound like anybody else, you know?
yeah.
It was like my own thing. So that'll always be my baby.
Oh, and your latest baby, I listened to them all a couple times. I was digging them.
Oh
Um,
man, thank you.
like you had a nice beat, and
Thank you.
patient. Patient's your latest one. I love
Patient,
patient.
thank you.
Like I jump into music and like it feels like it was written about me. And so that's I know it's a good song. Like you put
That's
some
a sign of
energy
a good
Yes.
into
song.
it. Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, I'm that dude. Definitely.
Yes, I love that. Oh my
Yeah,
God, thank you for
that's
that perspective. You're the first one who told me that.
Yeah. Oh, good, good. Um, how many different studios have you recorded in? Have they all been one? Did they all just kind of fall together like that?
Oh no, they're all different. I'm always in a different element. It just depends. If I'm working with somebody, we'll go to like their studio, um, or an engineer, like where he works out of. But once I find a studio I really like, it feels like home. I tend to like go back there. So right now, there's two studios that I'm going to record at. But I'm going to another one in LA tonight to work with uh, a publisher, just write some songs to think with. And I was at a different studio last night because Raz has his people are there. And that's where he records. So it's kind of like I just kind of go wherever.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
There's
the
there's
move.
so many studios. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
How was it transitioning to LA from the other scenes? What's different about the LA scene than like San Diego, or is it pretty similar? A lot of I'd imagine it's so close to it, there's a lot of shared spaces, but
There's not really um there is a music scene in San Diego,
yeah,
but I don't know, it's just different. San Diego's a different energy. There's very much like an underground hip hop scene, and
okay,
I love it. Um, Male dominated usually, but I don't know. The different LA is just more, there's just more opportunities here.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
believe
like
it.
Mhm.
LA is very much you do have to know people. It's connecting with the right people. It's your network. It's your network. Your network is everything. And it's I know people already in the industry, and so if they bring me around their connections, they're like, okay, now we know her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now that was my in, and I didn't know that was my in. And now it's like now I have relationships with these people. Now I have
Right.
access to these studios and oh to this publisher and to this A&R and now to this record label. So it's kind of like San Diego doesn't have the labels, there's no labels in San Diego. There's no Hollywood's not there, William's
Right.
not there. Like the people that I want to work with are in LA.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I do know San Diego's smaller and a little slower. It's like 2 million people versus 4 million people in LA.
Mhm.
So living like I would like it's a great place to like raise a family. I would have loved to grow up in San Diego. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's not so busy. A lot of
Yeah.
tourists go there. There's multiple beaches I can go to. I
Mhm.
loved it. And I think that's why I did stay there for 6 years. But I'm like, all right, girlfriend, we're only getting older. We
That's
gotta
right.
Mhm.
Got to spread them
we
wings.
gotta get shit
Mhm.
cracking. Like, okay,
Hell yeah.
we're chilling a little bit too much. But I was like
I know that feeling.
driving back and forth, and I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense anymore for me to keep driving now.
Yeah.
I just need to
Yeah.
be here. So I'm in Newport Beach right now at my brother's. Um, but I should be out completely out of San Diego by like August.
Damn, that's exciting though, huh?
It
Another
is.
chapter.
It's so exciting. The city's calling me. It's like every time I come here, there's another opportunity. Something. I meet another person that wants to work with me. Now this
Oh,
publisher wants me to help him write, bring in writers for this.
you got to
Another
heed that
label is like
shit, man.
pushing
Heed it.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
literally, I'm just like, I'm listening to the
Yeah.
universe. It's talking to me. So
Yeah, that's cool.
no hesitation. I'm like, say less, say less. I'm getting some boxes. I found a storage unit the other day. I'm like, okay, I'm putting myself here. I'm gonna be here by the first. Like, left my job. I'm in. I'm all in.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
That's
all in.
awesome, man. That's what you got to that's all.
Yeah.
You already know that's what you got to do. That's exciting.
What was it like initially leaving Duluth, like the first time?
I was so ready, honestly. I was so ready. I don't know, like I just always knew I was leaving Duluth. I
Yeah.
think it was just so like small and like
Hmm.
I knew everybody, like I knew everyone. Everyone was doing the same things. I just felt like there wasn't a lot of opportunity there. I'm like, I
Mhm.
need to be in a big city. I need to be where the labels are. I need to be where the opportunities are. And people are like, well, you could have went to Minneapolis, Prince and da 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 da. I'm like, I'm not Prince. I'm not. I
No.
am not
Yeah.
Prince. That man was a
Just,
genius, and
Yeah,
he could have
yeah.
exactly.
made it anywhere in the world. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He
Yeah.
was an
I
outlier.
Right. I
Right.
know my strengths and my weaknesses, and I know that I'm not a producer, songwriter, performer like Prince. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that I need to be around those kind of people that I can learn from, that can teach me and to be like that. But it wasn't there for me.
Yeah. And I think you also have to go a lot further than home than Minneapolis, like to get out of your comfort zone, because it's too easy, like, excuse me, like it's too easy when you're bored or like, I mean, it's when you have no choice but to like create and move. That's when you really get stuff out of it. But like,
Right.
if you're a little
Right.
uncomfortable, it's too easy to drive 2.5 hours home.
Right. Right.
Right?
Exactly. That's kind of like no backup plan. I have to make it
Yeah.
happen. And that's
Yeah.
kind of just how I looked at it. I was like, I didn't really have an interest in going to college. Eventually, I attempted it, and then I realized, yeah, no, I never wanted this life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't need it. I don't. There's other ways to make things happen. There's other paths you can take to get to the same destination. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, yeah. Following someone else's script, walking down their path, or like walking
yeah,
down someone else's idea of what your path should be.
right. And it sounds good, and that structure works for a lot of people, but I
Yeah,
can't be confined. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
never could. It drives me crazy. I'm too much
yeah.
of a free spirit. I'm too much of I gotta march to the beat of my own drum and
Mm-hmm.
do things the way that I want to do them. And sometimes it's hard headed and sometimes it's not the right way, but I learned from it.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. The life is all about the journey. There really is no destination.
Well,
Right.
I think a lot. I think people are, you know, I the world is it's hard to explain this, but like I think you have to be like dandelions. Like
Okay.
dandelions are not they're not they're from Asia. Like they weren't, but they thrive in the U.S. Like
Mm.
they weren't meant to be where they started to thrive. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm.
And like I think that people don't. There's so much we romanticize home and where we're from, where our roots are, but the truth is that we thrive in other places, and you have to give that the opportunity. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I think that I knew that I had to kind of go experience different places and cultures. And I do love traveling. Like, I've gone to Asia, I went to Thailand, and it was so beautiful. And it's just like, I came back and I got immediately in the studio. You need to feel other energies, you need those life experiences.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
Yeah.
what are you going to talk about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just channeling the different energies that you get, just seeing other ways of life and like other cultures and just meeting so many people and just I don't know, it all radiates
When
and
you
you're
get to
able to like
know,
translate that.
yeah, you get to know
Yeah.
yourself better. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Mm-hmm.
so. I
Right.
think that's awesome. I'm always I'm pro. I'm telling John to go start his Buddhist school in California. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get him to move out now. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's either that or some weird like Brazilian shamanic thing. But
I
like,
know.
yeah, like
I'm always
that's
like, go do it, dude. Go.
yeah,
Come to
yeah,
California. There's not as many of us out here. Every time I'm tell people I'm from
yeah.
Minnesota, it's like, oh, Minnesota, really? Like, yeah, I wasn't a fan of the cold. I was not. I
Yeah, me
didn't
Yeah.
ever
neither.
love it. I never loved it. I
I'm the
never
same
did.
Yeah.
way, man.
I I
I
could
went
use
to
some Cali
Florida,
weather.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
I like went as far as possible from Minnesota.
No kidding. I have a really close friend of mine in Northern California, and I it's just always so tempting to come out there and just plant a home there. It's so beautiful. Uh,
No, beautiful.
the northern is really what I've seen. I've been to
Mhm.
LA for like 2 days. Like I didn't really get to see much there, so I don't really have any frame of reference. But man,
Yeah.
northern, whew, it's beautiful, man.
Oh, it was so fast. It was scary. I wanted to
Yeah.
show you where I'm sitting.
Are you taking us on a tour?
I was gonna try. Let's see. How do I background and effects? Okay, we're not gonna blur it. Boom. Okay. I'm just sitting at a little park,
That's
halfway
awesome.
actually
Oh,
behind the neighborhood. Like it's just so peaceful.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Want some of
75
that.
degrees right now.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'll
Damn,
take 75 all day.
it's cooler there than here right now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 80 degrees here.
Dang, 80 and humid.
80 and humid
Eighty and
for the
humid.
1 week a year.
It's 90
You
and
guys,
dry here. But like that sun is so unrelenting. Like
Yeah, no, it's
as soon as it rises, it's like
wait, where are
so
you
hot.
guys?
well,
I'm
I'm
in
in Duluth.
he's in Duluth. I'm in Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Santa Fe? Santa Fe where?
New Mexico.
No, Mexico.
New
Okay.
He's
Mexico.
down in the desert.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, you are.
I've been down here for almost 4 years now.
Are you dealing with tarantulas?
What's I've never met a tarantula once.
Really? Okay.
We've got
Mostly
higher
chickens.
elevation though. They don't like
Yeah,
it
New
Okay.
so high
Mexico's
up
pretty
here.
far up there, isn't it? Yeah.
Hmm.
New Mexico. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but same thing. Like I had to get out of my. I had to like. I mean, the Southwest called to me like before I left, but I had to get out of the comfort zone of Duluth. It's like to really get a writing practice and to just like dive into it and stuff. Because like I don't know, we Adam and I talk about it all the times. Like
Uh-huh.
Sir Ben's is great, and like all the wrecks and all the places we used to go, like that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
those are fun times, and they'll keep you away from creating. They'll keep you stuck in those times.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's
But
exactly
like
right, man.
here in Santa
Yeah.
Fe, I didn't know anybody at all when I moved down here. So and like it's a sleepy town. Like it's about 75,000 people. It's like the Southwest version of Duluth, but very artsy, um, big art scene or whatever. But and at most everything closes early, and but just like I didn't have those comforts and resources. So
Yeah,
it's like I was,
I feel that.
yeah, yeah. It really allowed me to get weird.
Get weird, get to know yourself, get to sit
Mm,
with yourself for a bit.
yeah.
Wait a minute. He says get weird, but so you guys went to high school together. Sativa, was he already weird?
He was quiet. He was so quiet.
Oh, that is so
He was
nice of
so
you.
quiet. I would never say that he was weird. He was quiet, I shy.
Introspective.
Um,
Yeah,
I
there
think
you
he played,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he played basketball
Uh-huh.
and seemed to like just hang out with his boys and have a good time.
go. Dang, not much has changed, John.
I didn't see
Yeah.
him like chasing girls or anything. I didn't really see him hanging out with girls or, like trying to
Nah, they
get
chase
at any
him.
of the girls.
Yeah. Nah, only in my mind.
They
See, it's
chase
like
him. He's being humble.
I'd
Women
out,
love Johnny too.
yeah. No, I'd outline the whole thing before it even happened. See, like that's why I needed to be a writer. Like when I wasn't writing, I was trying to write my own life before I
Right.
lived it. Ended up not living it all. But like in its divine time or whatever. Like I needed to go on a big journey and like experience things, and I just like I wouldn't have had as much to write about if I had gotten it in high school or whatever, or even after it, or if I had developed a practice. Because like
Mm-hmm.
even after I decided to write a book, spring 2018, like I didn't really develop a strong practice until I moved to Santa Fe. Like it was, I'd go on streaks. It's like, okay, every day for a couple weeks, bunch of hours out of the day. And then like you'd fade away and come back and fade away and come back. And then it was just like, but once I got here, just started every day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's like you moved with purpose.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Like you have to give yourself no choice but to sometimes.
Right. You treat it like a job, like you were paid to be relocated and
Yeah.
start a new business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
mission.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's your purpose. It's your mission.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I set my writing schedule for myself and I work just enough to keep the lights on and feed myself. And
That's good.
yeah, until I couldn't anymore. But that's
You
another
know,
story.
I mean, there
Yeah.
is like also too, there's the romantic version of the starving artist, but the truth is the starving artist doesn't really create much.
No, no,
They're pretty, yeah.
it's hard to create, it's hard to be creative in survival mode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys think that you're able to like maintain like a romantic relationship or like seek one while still creating?
Oh man.
That's a tough one. I've been thinking about that though. Cause it's like when I'm done, it's like, oh, it'd be nice to have somebody to do nothing with. But like but also it's like, I don't know, like you can't just be doing nothing either. And
Right,
and and the art always has to come first. And like
right.
and once I'm done with art, I'm gonna be like a weird shaman minister or whatever, and that's gonna come first. Um but I guess I have to like I'm the Peter Pan archetype, so I have to have another Peter Pan archetype, and that's rare, where we just come into each other's lives and it's great, and then we do our own thing, and then like, yeah, it's I don't know, you just it never has to be anything, but like every time it is, it's amazing.
Hmm.
But like I can't like put out. I mean, I guess you could put out an ad for that, but but like you can't like chase that. That kind of shit just has to hit you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're but yeah, if you're aligned with your goals and chasing, if that's what you want and you're doing your thing, if that's supposed to happen, then you will find that person. It's like, do you believe in soulmates?
I believe in soulmates. I do. I believe we have multiple soulmates. I believe we have karmic soulmates. I believe we have like romantic soulmates, friendship
Yeah,
soulmates. I
Yeah.
think I think I've
yeah,
met I think my last relationship was my karmic relationship. And I
Mm.
think we definitely, because it was very toxic, it brought out a lot of ugly in both of us, and it was things that needed to be healed, and it was
Mm.
things that needed to surface, and it was only going to surface through love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Interesting. That's an interesting way to look at that.
it rerouted my life. It rerouted to get back into music because I asked the question because I've always had a hard time juggling both. It was either
Yeah.
I'm up someone's butt and that's my life now, or I'm focused on music and
Yeah.
all the other opportunities. I couldn't ever juggle it. I tried to, and I wasn't in the right headspace. I was too emotional. I was going through something, and just it wasn't working for me. So I don't focus on that
Hmm.
anymore. And I agree with what John said that that'll just kind of hit you, and
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
right person will just kind of show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's only like I got 99% of my existence is full. Like I only have room for 1%. And like you have to be 99% full too. And like
Mhm.
we can be each other's 1%, but like we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's
I
a
think there is something to the purpose side of that, right? Like if that's your purpose.
yeah.
And maintaining like a relationship, it can be done if you can if maintaining like following your purpose in life feeds you and heals you and gives you like the completeness, because it takes two complete people to come together, not two people to complete each other.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
It
so if
just
that following that purpose completes you, I think you can, if you find the right balance. But it's,
hmm
to your point, like you do have to follow it, you do have to complete yourself, and everybody's levels are different with that, man. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, and who knows? Maybe someday I'll have created everything or like I'll be
I don't
everything.
think so, buddy.
No, no, that'll never happen.
The
I,
mission
I
was
know you.
never ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you, dude.
But I think there's a possibility that one day the machine can run so smooth that I don't have to think about it or whatever. And then
Well,
it's,
it becomes a point where it's self-maintenance. It's like I
yeah,
have to get these out because that's what feeds me, that's what heals me. I have to do that. And if I take care of myself for you and you take care of yourself for me, then it'll be okay. But
yeah,
there's the mindset there.
yeah,
You know,
just,
it's an
yeah,
action.
yeah, yeah. It's just, yeah, it's a choice you
Yeah.
have to make. Like, to pursue that. Like it's even though and all the bliss that pursuing your passions gives you, like
Hmm.
there'll still be like lonely times.
For sure.
But like all the way up somebody's ass in a relationship, like and not pursuing, not creating, it's like, well, that feels really lonely too.
Depression.
That's
Yeah.
awful. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
slow
It
death.
caused
A lot.
depression because
Yeah.
your
Absolutely.
soul
That's the
needs to create.
that's the cubicle. That's the cubicle job.
Yeah. Yeah. Soul
Yep.
crushing.
That's the golden handcuffs, man. That's it.
Literally.
That's done.
Yeah.
And then you just end up being miserable, and now you're making the other person miserable because you're miserable, and misery loves
Yeah.
company, and it's just like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Then what?
exactly.
Resentment,
Yeah.
resentment, resentment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a good question.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Andre 3000, the Hey Ya lyrics. Like that shit was deep, but like, why oh why oh
What?
why are we so happy, or why are we so in denial when we know we're not happy here?
Hmm.
You remember that lyric?
Yeah. That is a good line.
Yeah.
When you know you're
Oh,
not happy here.
yeah. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes love the exception?
Damn, that's like some deep shit wrapped up in a
Right?
very, very bright bow.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
You know?
And then even calls it out. It's like, y'all don't want to hear me, y'all just want to dance. Hey, yeah. It's like, oh, you're
Damn,
right.
I love Andre.
he's a
hmm
genius.
Yeah. He's one of my top five for sure.
That's some genius shit.
Yeah. Next level. And he's just like, oh, I'm gonna make a flute album.
Right? We were
I
literally
know.
talking about that last night. That's so funny.
It's so crazy, but I will, dude. I was thinking about that not too long ago because there was another crazy jazz album that came out a while back. Andres is good. Like
Yeah.
it's subjectively very good. Or
Yeah.
objectively very good. Like,
Yeah. I listen to that
but
all the time. Shit's peaceful.
but you know that guy, that did the voice for Archer and Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
H. Benjamin or something.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah.
He put out a jazz album, and he hired like a great jazz band, and he played piano on it.
Oh yeah?
But he doesn't play piano. Like he
What
just
the...
faked it,
Oh,
Oh, random.
and it's weirdly kind of good.
oh, that's funny. It was just like
It's a jazz
piano
album.
sync in it. That's awesome.
Oh man! So Sativa, what's the plans for the weekend? What's the next gig?
So I'm driving up to LA in a couple hours. There is a writing session with a publisher that I met
Sweet.
last week. So he's trying to he just started his own publishing company, which is great because
Cool.
right now that is where the most money is in music for me because they pay you up front for your music.
Yeah, I think
So
that's the future for everybody. Unfortunately, is publishing and
streaming,
merchandise.
right? Streaming is
Yeah.
pennies. I
Yeah,
pay
no,
Yeah.
more to produce and for the sessions and everything and the marketing and videos, all of it, pay way more than I ever get back. But
yeah,
that's why money is not the agenda. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
using my voice and the
Money will be
craft.
secondary. That'll come.
Right. It'll come. And I
Yeah,
found ways to make that happen.
yeah.
So hopefully we can make some bangers that, Coca-Cola or somebody wants to buy,
Hell yeah! Get that
Hell
in a
yeah.
movie.
use for their commercials. Maybe what's his name? Keenan Peele,
Oh
use for a
yeah.
Yeah.
movie
Key
or
and
something.
Peele. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
There
man,
we
you gotta
go.
get that in there.
You know what I want? I want Pizza Hut to do like an adult book club with Pete and Gwendolyn. Like remember how you'd read books and you get a free personal pizza?
The
Yeah,
personal pan pizza, yes, I
that's
love
a
it.
great
I lied
idea.
about reading books.
Yeah. If Pizza
Full
Hut, if you're
confession.
listening, like I'm your man.
I mean, I've read those books.
Hell yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I read those books.
You don't
Read the
know
hell out of
anybody
those
for any
books.
pizza.
Pizza Hut,
They,
if you are
they,
listening.
they come back
Yeah.
after you.
Amen.
That's
Right.
the scandal. That's the scandal that brings you down.
Crazy.
That's a great idea, John.
I like that idea.
Thank you. Might have to pump out one or two to make it one or two more. Two out right now, jstheauthor.com or jstheartist.com. Go check them out. But
Hey,
a few more books, and then it'll make the series worth it. I don't
series,
know.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're going grassroots though. I'm about to buy some author copies and hit the streets and bookstores and stuff. And
Go sell them out of your
Nice.
truck. That's the
yeah,
thing too. Even now, like even as an independent artist, musician, trying to get yourself out there, you can't even like. I mean, you can go sell CDs on the street or even hand CDs out on the street.
oh yeah, yeah.
Nobody even has a CD player anymore.
Hey yo, fam, you like hip hop?
Right.
You like
I
hip
used to
hop?
do
I got
that.
this mixtape for you.
Oh, there's-
Yeah.
I used to do that in Denver, man. We'd record our own CDRs of what we were doing and just pass them out on the 6th Street Mall
Yeah.
and just watch
Wow.
people say thanks and then throw them in the garbage right afterwards.
When people just hand me flyers, I'm like, don't give it to me. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
throw it
I'd
away.
be like,
Right.
don't waste it, man.
Right. You just keep it. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
That's awesome.
Don't hand it
gotta-
to me.
Gotta hit the streets though, man. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. That's so cool.
Heck yeah.
Very good.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think we're about there.
Go
huh,
on
John?
tour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, the Oddville World Tour. But like, yeah, that was one of my plans that I was gonna have initially. Like, I thought I was gonna write my first book in a year, save enough money to live on the road, and then go. I mean, similar to your like, I'm move to Orlando, and make this show or whatever. But it's just like it got me out. It got me out there. I'm still gonna do it
Yeah.
though. Like you post up on boardwalks, in parks, like it's a street performance.
Mm-hmm.
Sativa, let John come open
Bus-
for you with his
busking.
with live book readings.
Oh yeah, that mixes perfectly.
That'll
That's
get
a-
the crowd pumped up.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Listen, we'll
gotta.
make a whole event. We'll just have a whole art event. It'll be book readings, performances,
Let's do the
all of the
festival.
good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's what the
Right?
Oddville. Yeah, that's the whole spirit of the Oddville Review. It's like
Yeah.
a modern take on the Vaudeville Review. just a bunch of random acts performing because we don't know how to do nothing else.
Bunch of randos.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Drum circle, drum circle, drum circle.
Drum circle.
Yeah.
Good vibrations, yeah.
Oh
Good
yeah.
vibrations.
I'm gonna get some of those sound bowls and sit in the park.
Oh.
Just like
Heck yeah.
Dude,
boom, boom,
we got to stop you, man.
boom.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Oh, I can. I'm gonna do it.
Right on.
Ah.
Well, this is fun, man. This is awesome. This is
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
This is a good pod.
Sativa, thank you so much for blessing the pod with
Thank you
us.
guys for thinking of me.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
come
course.
back.
Thank you for having me.
I've been meaning to hit you up for a while, but I had to get out of my own way first. But yeah, here we are. I'm gonna get this out. Hopefully, I'll get this out tomorrow. Maybe you can push it out, get some more votes or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody vote. We'll get all the info and put it on there too, man.
Oh,
We need some votes.
that would be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
for
do it.
sure.
I'll do it
Yeah,
right
we
now.
do. We got to get me back to first. Free
Yeah.
vote. It's free. One vote is free.
Yeah. we
The
can do
only
that.
requirement is you have a Facebook, which I don't like that. That's the only way you can vote is through Facebook.
Of course.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to hack into mine today from New York City.
Really?
Yeah, I'm watching out for him now. But
Wow.
anyways, not to
Oh.
derail the combo. That's
Yeah.
a different thing. That's a different episode.
Next episode.
On the next, yeah, that's a teaser.
Right on, man.
Well, all right. We'll stay more in touch, but I'm gonna keep watching your rise. I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you again.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck. Really, I'm rooting for you. So,
Thank y'all. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, you got
Right
it. You
on.
got it. All right.
all right.
Namaste, bitches.
All right. See y'all.
Namaste. Bye.
Bye.
You are so odd.